welcome back to AlextheRed&More. So I've had just over a day to reflect on the unfortunate, sad, devastating bit of shock news that Jürgen Klopp will be leaving Liverpool at the end of this season. So I found out about this after a drive home from doing a bit of shopping in town. I arrived back and Mum suddenly informed me that Klopp's going end of season. I was like, what? Looked at TV then. Nails dropped right there. Just had to believe it. Had not looked at social media at all whilst I was out before driving back. So this was like WTF. But as soon as I started reading Klopp's statement and listening to his explanation, then it all sort of slightly makes sense now. And it definitely, of course, it makes sense why he's lost a lot of energy recently, given, well, since Klopp first won the Premier League, all the seasons since have been all very hectic in different ways, positive and negative. So after we won the Premier League, after coming back from COVID lockdown, and I remember the first the season straight after that was mainly all played in empty stadiums apart from the last two games, and that definitely took its toll for him with all the bad luck with injuries, especially Van Dijk, and also Klopp. I think lost like his mum or someone back then as well, and that heavily took a toll on him, and not being able to play in front of fans for such a long time was even more heavy toll. And then come back to the 21-22 season, first full season with fans in the stadium, and in that season Liverpool nearly won the quad. They were like 15 minutes away in the league from Villa holding on, and one game Champions League final away from doing a quadruple, and so unlucky against Real Madrid there. And that season he still managed to squad so well, and that definitely took a huge toll on him, especially a lot of the older players who Klopp first developed during his time here and who he brought in. And then come to the 22-23 season, last season just gone massive drop off. The whole midfield the old midfield was no longer functionable really, and it was very expired and needed rejuvenating a lot sooner than Klopp even thought, and that is a mistake part, and that took a toll for a lot of us, and he would have been left disappointed about FSG pulling out, starting to pull off the race of Bellingham, and also he's probably also disappointed just after about losing out on Caicedo and Lavia as well, and so with the change in sports director like Mark Edwards leaving as well, and Schmidt come in, so he's definitely felt the pressure about needing to rebuild midfield from what happened last season, and even now this season he's pushing once more again for Liverpool to try and go and win quadruple with the midfield rebuild. But of course that's going to keep putting a more heavy toll on him, and maybe he's sort of like thinking that he needs to sort of like just decide to what was potentially at the top, because if Klopp does think about win the quad this season, this will no doubt be the best Liverpool season in recent times, and maybe even one of the actual best in the whole of Liverpool's history. So why not better to go on the high then, rather than leave it down on a sort of low, like in that sort of bad last season he had at Dortmund. So maybe that's what he's thinking, to leave on slightly better terms. Yes, but it's a really sad moment, and I'm sure a lot of us have to have a lot of time to reflect on what happens now. So we've had a lot of good times, still some bad times in the club, but mainly all those good times easily outweigh the bad times. So, but my favourite moment so far has to be Klopp delivering that Premier League title, even though we didn't get to quite see it because Liverpool lifting when COVID first coming, but we still got that amazing display in like of them lifting the trophy in the summer nights with some fireworks. So that will always be unique in my mind, and the emotional time Liverpool confirmed league after Chelsea defeated Man City that night in June 2020. It was so good there. Did a bit of stargazing as well, just to have a look. Yeah, it sounds randomly to do that, to look at stars and thinking it's really come true. Yeah, there'll be so much more to reflect on in these last 4 months. Klopp's here, so much to reflect on. I'll be definitely doing some more videos and analysis of my favourite times and moments of Klopp there, but definitely win the Premier League. And secondly, that Champions League victory back in 2019 probably is the favourite moment. But if Klopp just didn't think of winning a quad this season, that would definitely be the top thing to witness so far. But yeah, I'll speak a bit now about the potential future manager after Klopp, as we'll need to have one in place by 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 sort of like the end of the season, so we're well prepared for after the players come back from Euro 2024. And the obvious frontman is Xabi Alonso, and I definitely he's the only one of the younger managers I'd to take at Liverpool, considering his whole connection with the club. And if he was to like win Bayern Leverkusen the German title this season, that'd definitely be one of the biggest achievements in football in modern history, as he would have ended the Bayern's unbelievable record of winning title after title. And the last time Bayern didn't win the title, Klopp was still at Dortmund. So that would be one amazing achievement if Alonso did that. And we could also meet him some point in the Europa League, from the quarterfinals to even the final. Imagine if that's the Europa League final. What potential storyline that could be in football for this season. And another one is Zidane. Well, the only concern there is that he's been out of management for 3 years, but he's definitely one of the more experienced names hard to take at Liverpool. But that's if he's willing to work under like FSG. But if it is, it's well worth going for. Then another sort of fourth is Simeone, but even though he's crazy on the touch on not Klopp, his football tactics are definitely a lot different to Klopp's gegenpressing style. And I know some have described him as like anti-football sometimes, but maybe can't if no, well, it's only really be favorable if Alonso or someone like Zidane didn't have an interest in coming to Liverpool. But I don't think he'd leave Atletico Madrid yet anyway. But some managers definitely don't want yet are De Zerbi, as I can only see that being a similar situation to Potter going from Brighton to Chelsea, and De Zerbi's basically really doing excellent at Brighton because of their infrastructure system in place there. So De Zerbi, no, even though he's more slightly up in the bookie odds. And of course, you don't agree on Potter of that as well. And even I will say no to Thomas Tuchel, because look what's happened in the past. When he's took over from Klopp at Mainz and Dortmund, he's not been able to replicate anything near what Klopp's done at those two. So Tuchel, no, and he's not even convincing at Bayern Munich, and especially if he can't win the title this season, then there would definitely be massive questions about that, and that would definitely prove Alonso is a far more worthy candidate than Tuchel to be the new manager of Liverpool. But for now, I'd say we need to enjoy these last 4 months of Klopp before he leaves, and I'm sure he'll get one amazing send-off at the end. So players need to give everything they can on the line now to do their absolute best to get Liverpool that dream quadruple, sort of like a dream quadruple, and we'll get beyond everything can. The players have to do absolutely everything in their power, and they have to think like taking a bullet for Klopp and the rest if they really care that much. So it's all on the players now. You must deliver for Klopp. He developed you from average to world class or world class potential. So you owe absolutely everything to him now for the rest of the season. It's such a sad time, and even no matter what happens, Klopp will always be right up there with Paisley and Shankly. So Jürgen Klopp, thank you for your absolute amazing time or memories you've given me as a Liverpool fan.